Welcome to my action research project. Before we begin, I would like to provide you with some demographics of my school, North County K-8 Center. North County K-8 Center is considered a Title I school and it's graded a C school. As a teacher of this school, we strive to provide our students with the highest quality of education so students are motivated and empowered to learn. Our goal is to ensure that our students become role models in the community. At North County K-8 Center, we serve our community by accepting students from diverse backgrounds and variation in academic abilities. As of 2017 and 2018 school year, the demographics are 94% Black and 5% white. There is only a 2% of students that are learning English in this school. As a result of the socioeconomic status, 97 of the students are from low-income families. According to the data obtained from iReady diagnostic tests, 8 students are on or above grade level, and 9 students are on 1 grade level below. This is an action research that focuses on my kindergartner students who need help in letter sound recognition. Acquiring my students' background, I noticed that for majority of my students, this is their first year that they will be attending school. Therefore, the study sought to recognize the importance of students in letter sound recognition. Through differentiated instruction, students were able to provide their letter sound recognition by participating in hands-on activities, games, and manipulatives every day. The finding of the study indicated that the implementation of differentiated instruction and various activities played an important role in improving students' letter sound assessment scores. Even though the study conducted indicated gains, more research can be conducted to improve the letter sound recognition for kindergartens. I selected this action research because I noticed that this is the area that students need the most improvement in. Also, it promotes hands-on activities, games, and manipulatives. Finally, it reaches my goal by engaging and motivating students to learn. The action research was implemented in my kindergarten class. 18 students participated in the study, and all 18 students were able to complete the study over a course of 4 weeks. My focus was to encourage and motivate my students in acquiring knowledge on the letters and sound. My differentiated instruction and grouping were determined through iReady data and teacher knowledge. Students were placed in 3 different groups. Each group consists of 6 students. On a daily basis, each group rotated from Monday to Friday during language arts time. The differentiated instruction arranged in order to provide students with a routine permitting them to know what to do and what is expected of them in small group activities and games. Through collaboration, it allowed students to be engaged and motivated to learn. Each day, students actively participated in hands-on activities, game, and utilized manipulatives to learn the skill within 15 minutes. Groups rotated every 15 minutes to switch to the next activity. For instance, for 1 week, we focused on the letter of the week and text features. This permitted students to reinforce their letter sound recognition and skill through hands-on activities. Data collected from differentiated instructional groups were analyzed to check students' letter sound recognition. If needed, students were changed from group to ensure that their needs were met adequately. Every day before separating into groups and activities, students were introduced the letter and skill of the week. Following that, I prompted to the students the different centers that were going to be used depending on the skill of the week. Then I modeled the hands-on activity and games to the students, ensuring that all their questions were answered. Through the modeling, I ensured to be detailed and clear with the instruction for students can understand what they are doing and what they should be learning as an outcome of this activity. Additionally, once students were done with the activity, they transitioned by using their DI folders. For instance, while students are isolating or blending in one center, they also need to write down the words for reinforcement. This permitted me to see where the student stands and if he or she needs additional help. After implementing differentiated instruction for a 4-week period focusing on letter sound recognition, students display gains in the letter sound assessment, which took place every Friday. We received the assessment every Monday to ensure that students were gaining knowledge and received feedback on the letter and sound identified and the ones they needed improvement. This process continued for 4 weeks in order to receive enough data since the assessments were given once a week. For instrumentation, students receive a weekly assessment on letters and sound. This assessment was given every Friday for a 4-week span. The assessment consisted of the uppercase and lowercase letters where students identified each letter and provided the sound for each letter. Triangulation was evident, as the research offered data based on the incorporation of the differentiated instruction while using hands-on activities, manipulatives, and games. Additionally, the data reflected how many letters and sounds the students got correct and the one they needed improvement. Upon the completion of the action research and to further triangulate the research, students were provided with a survey to see how they felt towards working in groups, differentiated instruction, games, manipulatives, hands-on activities, and assessment. The survey was very simple. It contained 3 phases as a reading scale: happy face, neutral face, and sad face. The happy face indicated overall satisfaction. The neutral face indicated a neutral feeling, and a sad face indicated dissatisfaction. The purpose of this survey is for the students to provide feedback to the teacher in order to ensure that students are encouraged to motivate. In order to make this study credible, data was collected to provide evidence to support the action research. Kindergarten does not have previous data like SAT scores to rely on. So instead, I used iReady data and completed the pre-test of the letter sound assessment to see where my students stand. The research also took into consideration background knowledge and performance level in the class for each student. As a result, the letter sound assessment was administered every Friday in order to evaluate student gains. The iReady score ranged from 284 to 408. There are 2 students who are in mid-K level, 6 in early K level, and 9 in emerging K level. The pre-test of the letter sound assessment indicated that 64% of my students scored 80% or higher. During the 4-week span of this action research, the letter sound assessment displayed gains. During week 1, 2 students earned A's, 2 students earned B, 8 students earned C's, 3 students earned D's, and 3 students earned F's. During week 2, 3 students earned A's, 4 students earned B, 5 students earned C's, 3 students earned D's, and 3 students earned F's. During week 3, 5 students earned A's, 5 students earned B's, 4 students earned C's, 2 students earned D's, and 2 students earned an F. During week 4, 6 students earned A's, 5 students earned B's, 4 students earned C's, 3 students earned D's, and 1 student earned F. The post-survey displayed evidence on each student feeling towards the implementation of a differentiated instruction targeting letter sound recognition while adding hands-on activities, games, and manipulatives into each center. At first, my students were satisfied, but then they began to feel neutral about the concept. Some students kept on mentioning that they know their letters and sounds, so I explained to them that practice helps us retain the information forever. We are practicing our letter and sound through various strategies in order to ensure that we don't forget. After having this talk, students were more engaged and motivated to learn different ways to learn about letters and sound. As a result of the study, students displayed gains in their letter sound assessment. Throughout each week, there was an increase in satisfactory grades. Implementing differentiated instruction on letters and sounds through phonics skills and activities improves students' confidence, permitting them to participate more in class. Students display motivation in the classroom and encourage one another to be active participants. Working collaboratively in group allowed for them to learn from one another while gaining knowledge from each other. Group number 3 displayed the most gain as they were the group below grade level. These results led the research to agree that differentiated instruction does increase students' letter sound recognition in a positive manner. Due to the result of this study, I saw how hands-on activities, games, and manipulatives encourage and motivate students to learn positively. Students were able to improve their letter sound assessment in a period of 4 weeks. Students displayed excellent collaboration and interaction with each other. Students were also able to make connections with the letter and skill of the week. As a teacher, it is fulfilling to see my students display gains and feel confident with their learning. This research shows the importance of engaging and motivating your students to learn. Just as simple as implementing hands-on activities, games, and manipulatives, students are able to make connections and activate prior knowledge. Also, this research showed such positive effects that it inspired me to be as creative in the other content areas as well. This will definitely benefit students and teachers. When students are engaged in learning, there is less room for behavior problems. Students are actively learning, and when SATs come, they will feel confident prepared to pass the test. The major display I was able to see was that student The major difference I was able to see was that students were able to grasp the information better because it was not my first rodeo. I structured myself, permitting better time management. I was very organized and consistent with my lessons. Students were engaged and I felt more confident. Thank you for watching.